r/rules horror. Posted by u/jm_ohm. Great Northern River National Park. Hello there young man/miss. If you're reading this email then congratulations. Your resume has been approved and you're officially a GNR park ranger. On our organization to protect the endangered wilderness, however, we have some rules. After all, a company without rules isn't a true company. First, let's discuss the basics. Employee respect rules are quite simple to follow. Those being the ones listed down below. Respect the visitors. Do not feed the animals. Respect your workmates. Do not pollute the environment. Those 4 little rules are a must follow for our new employees. And anyone who breaks them will be warned. After 3 warned they will be fired, so make sure to follow these simple rules. With that aside, your turn lasts from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. Feel free to take some snacks on your way to the park. We don't want any hungry or thirsty employees. There is, however, a second set of rules embedded on the park's policy. Those rules cannot be broken for any reason. These rules when broken will result in a fate worse than being fired, or worse than death even. The 4 primordial rules, although important, are not essential. This set of rules is, so follow them carefully. These rules are more of a guide than rules if anything, so please follow them no matter what. The fate the entities who live on this park can give you could and will you make wish for a death. If everything goes correctly to your way, you shall be in the park at around 11:50 to 12 a.m. Being too early isn't bad. In fact, we prefer you reach the park earlier. However, you should never by any chance reach the park after 12:30 a.m. After this time it is foolish to enter the park, as the wardens would quickly take care of your body. The wardens dislike uninvited passerby. After you reach the park's gate you will be greeted by 2 statues of our former founders. They do not present any danger, however it is still recommended that you always leave them a small offering. Doesn't needs to be much, and although not essential it can be quite helpful on future troubles. Great, by now you should have managed to successfully reach the interior of the park. The cabin will be at around 1,5 kilometers away from the gates. The walk itself shouldn't be a problem as long as you have your flashlight in hands. Trust me, you don't want to lose that. God knows what the hands will do with your body if they manage to reach you. The cabin is your safe place. Most entities can't get you there, however we can't guarantee you'll be untouchable. In case of a breach, grab the Winchester Model 21 behind the counter, but I really don't recommend using it on the entity, as it would only make it angrier. Instead, use it on yourself. It will be a painless, humane death. At exactly 1:17 a.m. lights inside the cabin will start to flicker. Do not panic, they use that method to smell your fear. Keep yourself calm and after a few minutes they will go away. In case the flickering continues after 5 minutes then hide. They got impatient and decided to hunt manually. After the lights stop flickering you will have about half an hour of free time. Nothing will interrupt you. We do not know why of that, but we simply don't question it. At 2 a.m. another phenomenon happens. A heavy thunderstorm will hit the cabin. Several red spurts will appear instead of lightning. Do not be fooled, they are toying with your mind. If you fall to their manipulation you will be their forever puppets. The cabin is not able of speech, it does not have sensory organs. The cabin is not alive, it is not your enemy. The cabin is not alive, the cabin is safe. Do not leave the cabin. There is no electricity on the cabin. Any visible outlets are out of order. Do not risk using them as you may get an electrical shock. We try our best to make the cabin as least technologic as we can. They despise the achievements of modern man. He won't go away. You won't comprehend what he's saying at first, but all will become clear. Do not succumb to the man. At 2:50 a.m. you will hear knocking on the door. After that 2 possible outcomes come. You open the door, and the sentient disembodied human nervous system invades your cabin and painfully removes your nervous system, transforming you into one of them. The other outcome happens when you open the door. A shadow figure appears. It doesn't do anything malevolent, it stays there as a sort of guardian angel. If you want to open the door is up to you. 3:00 a.m., the so-called Devil's Night, but here the ipsoite happens. As soon as 3 a.m. hits, an orchestra of woodland critters will start to chant a single phrase, God is coming. The affirmation is true. After 2 to 3 minutes God will appear. He however is malevolent, and if you look at him he will kill you unless you shoot him. If you shoot him you will be granted a few hours of entity immunity by an unknown higher power, but again, it's a high-risk high-reward situation. After 3:30 a.m. a hallway will appear. There will be a switch next to it that will control the lights of the hallway. Once turned off another entity will appear. Although benevolent this time, he will however attack if you shine light at him. As it is photosensitive, treat it with respect. 4:00 a.m. Your ride is almost over, hang on tight, you will hear a flock of birds fly by. These are auditory hallucinations, and are mostly harmless. However, if the sound evolves from chirping to a sudden, uncanny silence, then I'm sorry, you are a dead man. 4:47 a.m. The floor will tremble as the Almighty visits to see who is the unlucky employee of the day. Once it arrives, hide under the bed, it will consume you limb through limb if it caught even a glimpse of a person inside the cabin. Hopefully you gave our founders an offering. If you did, you will be granted from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. of pure peace. If you didn't, however, then you will have to deal with the brute saviors, ghost-like entities that will try to protect you from any danger, but they'll do it in the most sick and twisted ways a human can imagine. Consume any food before 6:30 a.m. hits, as all food and drink items will receive a powerful psychedelic that will make you lose grip of reality, this being particularly dangerous as it will leave you open to external threats. Right before 7 a.m. you will hear knocking on the door. Once again, two outcomes are possible. You have a 70% chance of being greeted by a well-suited man, a gentle one too. He will spend those last 10 minutes with you, just talking with you and trying to cheer you up from the bad experience. On the other hand, you have a 30% chance of being greeted by a poorly suited woman, same of which will ask for housing, politely refuse it, and if it knocks again simply ignore. Seems harsh, but you really don't want to be a host for her offspring. Don't forget to thank the man after you're done chatting. He doesn't like unpolite people, and I'm sure you don't like exsanguination. And that's all. I hope you enjoy your stay at the Great Northern River Park. We sincerely apologize for any inconveniences you may found. And all complaints should be brought to the CEO's office. Farewell and have a great night. Next story of this video. Posted by u/Angeldovs31. Nicosia International Airport. When arriving at Nicosia International Airport, it is important to follow the rules stated below, if you want to reach your destination. Enjoy your flight. 1. Upon entering the airport, you may have people approach you to help them find their gate or help with their luggage, etc. Do not help them. Politely tell them you do not have time and get away from them as soon as possible. Do not look back at them or make eye contact. 2. Some of the employees are disfigured, such as missing eyes, broken jaws, or a gaping hole where their nose should be. Do not comment on their appearances or ask if they need help. Act as if there is nothing wrong. 3. If your flight is called before it is scheduled to leave, do not go to the gate. Wait until it is the correct time, even if it has not been called. 4. When in the bathrooms, look in the mirror. Is your reflection there? If not, leave and go back inside until it is. Do not smile at the mirror, they will take this as an invitation to swap places with you. 5. Do not go to your gate before it is time to leave. If you wait there for too long, you may never leave. 6. Do not trust anyone who is faceless. 7. Even if you have nothing to declare, declare it anyway. If you say you have nothing to declare, they will think you are lying and you will be taken to the room. 8. If security approaches you and asks you to go with them, scream. Scream until they leave. We have no security. 9. We suggest checking the ingredients for any food you buy. If it includes blood or traces of human flesh, do not eat it. In fact, it's probably best not to eat anything we supply. 10. If at any moment whilst on the plane you are told to get off, ignore it. Do not pay any attention to anyone saying this to you, even if the entire plane is telling you to do so. 11. Do not fall asleep at the airport or during your flight. If you do, kill yourself as soon as you wake up. Even if everything seems normal, it's not. Killing yourself is the only way to escape. 12. Weapons or other items not permitted on planes are absolutely fine. Declare them, but do not act as if this is unusual or question anyone, unless you want to be taken to the room. 13. We actually suggest bringing weapons, liquids, etc. with you. You will be less likely to be deemed misplaced. If you are deemed misplaced, you will either be taken to the room or be labeled a target. 14. If any employee talks on the phone whilst looking at you suspiciously, leave. Run as fast as you can and seek a taxi home. Or kill yourself. Either of these are your only possible escapes. 14.5. Getting a taxi from Nicosia International Airport is extremely dangerous. Majority of the drivers are not looking to take you to your destination. Although, taxi drivers are most likely to be human, so if you somehow find one with a face and name badge, you should go with them. 15. If you cannot find your gate, leave. Leave if you still can. If anyone sees you struggling to find your gate and offers to help, say no thank you and get away from them. They are trying to take you to the room. 16. There is no gate. 17. Do not attempt to leave without any reason. They will know, no matter what excuse you make up, and there will be no saving you. 18. Do not trust anyone or anything. Do not speak to anyone, do not ask for help, do not complain. This isn't an airport. It's a place for demons and inhuman creatures to hide from the government and prey on unsuspecting human meals. Follow these rules and you may make it out alive.